I'm Roxie with Roxie's Broadway Breakdown. Welcome back to my channel where it's always about musical theater. And if you like that, don't forget to click and subscribe. And so today I want to talk about auditioning for a lead in your musical. If that's what you are going in with, the idea of I only want the lead in this musical, that's what I have to have. I have lots of videos on audition tips, like the right song to choose, how to dress out, how to pick up choreography fast, do's and don'ts. So I will link some of those below. But if that day you are focused, maybe this is your favorite show, maybe you've had this role in mind forever, and now you finally think, this is my chance, I want to go for this lead, you're passionate about this role, that's great. All of those things are great. Just keep in mind, though, that depending on the situation, whether it's for school or a theater, maybe you audition for a lot, that if you don't happen to get the lead that day, because you never know what's going to happen the day of auditions, but if you don't get the lead that day, if you are offered maybe another role, a smaller role, a featured role, an ensemble role even, that you might want to go ahead and consider taking that. Because if it's a school setting, you're going to have to work with that director for the next several years, and they're going to keep that in mind and say, well, you know, they took the part, they did a great job with that role, they were a good sport about it, and so when another show comes down the line and you audition for it, you might get the lead in that show. Same thing with a theater company. You know, they'll keep you in mind, you did a great job, and they will keep you in mind when you audition again. So just, you know, always think about that. Theater community is a very small community, and, you know, you get a reputation, and you know, you always want to play nice, for lack of a better term. So, you know, there are no small roles, there are only small actors. I mean, that's kind of a saying, but it's kind of true. You know, you take the job, you do well with the job, and then it'll be your turn someday. So, but as far as auditioning for the lead, let me give you some tips. All right, so if you're familiar with the show and you know what the lead really takes, you know the vocal type, you know if it's a big role for dancing, you kind of know the look, and you think, I am perfect for this, well, then you already got a leg up. You know what it takes, and you're going to pick the appropriate song, the appropriate genre. You know you already have the physicality for the role, and so great, you're ahead of the game. If you're not as familiar, or even if you are, and they have an audition packet or a tryout sheet and they give a description, you want to make sure you really read that, because that's already what they're looking for with the role. And so you want to make sure you have in mind, or you know what they have in mind for this. So you want to make sure, one, that you're in the vocal range. I mean, the vocal range is a vocal range, but you want to make sure what they're describing it as. You want to make sure what they are looking for, and you want to read those details very specifically, what they want you to come with, what kind of song, if they want you dressed a specific way, what kind of, you know, dance wear, what shoes, everything. You just want to make sure you get all those details down pat. Now, if it's a role, let's say, like if it's 42nd Street and you want Peggy Sawyer or Billy Lawler, and if you know that's a big mezzo belt role, he's a tenor, they both have to be great tap dancers, you need to be realistic with yourself, because if you're a soprano, you're a baritone, you can't tap dance, I mean, come on, be real. You ain't getting those parts, okay? You have to be real with yourself in these situations. If you are just something that the character is not, you can't go in there just wishing it to happen. You have to be what the character is. You have to have those qualifications. So, you know, don't go in there with unrealistic hopes and say, oh, I'm just automatically going to be the best tap dancer. You know, they just have to give me this role. No, you have to be prepared, and you have to, you know, have what the character takes. Let's check all the boxes off, okay? Best case scenario, you are all those things. You have the voice for it. You have the dance qualifications. You have the look. You are everything that character needs to be. Then you need to go in there regardless, but be nice to everybody, be respectful, be confident, everything. That goes for any audition, okay? You need to be all those things. But also, when I am auditioning people and casting people, when you go up to sing, don't give me any excuses. Like, if your throat is a little scratchy or dry that day, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear like, oh, I'm a little tired today, or, you know, I didn't sleep well, whatever. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because the audience isn't going to care. You can get sick off stage, but when you step onto that stage, you've got to razzle dazzle everybody, okay? Because nobody cares what's going on in your life, okay? They just want to be entertained when you get on that stage. Same thing with me. I just want to be entertained. I just want to see that you can do this part. You have stage presence. That's all it's about. The other thing I want to see is if you are really gung-ho and you want this lead part, I want to see that you have leadership qualities, meaning I want to see that you can stay focused, that you're disciplined, that you're going to show up to rehearsals, that you are responsible, that you're going to learn all your lines, because that sets the tone for the rest of the cast. The rest of the cast is going to look to you and see that you're holding your own, that you're commanding this, that they can kind of look to you and like carry this show. And if they see that you're not really living up to your, you know, lead potential, that you're not carrying the show, they're like, well, they're not even bothering. Why do I need to bother? I'm, you know, third tree from the right. So I want to see that you have the potential to do all of that. And then that just, you know, sort of round robins me back to the beginning, that if you are not cast that day for the lead, really consider, and you are offered something else. You might not be offered anything, but if you are offered something else, ensemble or a smaller role, go ahead and really consider taking it, because one, it'll look great on your resume. It's just another show to put on your resume, and you do learn something from every show you're in. Take it as a learning experience, and you know, chalk it up to, I was in another musical. It's on my resume. Take the experience and learn something from it. And then, you know, think of it as the next audition you go to, maybe you'll be the lead in that one. All right, don't forget to click and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next.